A most pleasant good afternoon to you wherever you may be. Welcome inside Fred Rust Arena for the regular season finale for the University of Delaware Blue Hens women's ACHA team. They take on the Rowan Profs in a rubber match of their three-game season series. Each side took one in the fall. Delaware outscoring Westchester and Penn by a combined 20-1 earlier in the weekend. Will have to step up their game. Here as the Rowan Profs bring a 15-5-2 record into Fred Rust Arena. James Witherite joining you here on the 412 Communications broadcast. Trevor Early giving us the assist on videography duty here this afternoon. Good to have the early bird back with us on the 412 crew, and great to have all of you with us here on this Sunday afternoon. And it is Senior Day 2026 with a pair of honorees on this Delaware team making their final appearance in front of a Fred Rust Arena crowd. We'll meet them, we'll recognize them just before game time, but right now we're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll take you inside the glass for senior night festivities, opening introductions, and some Sunday afternoon hockey here in the first day. You are watching the Delaware Hockey Network on the 412, and it's all brought to you by the law office of Heather A. Law.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With over 10 years of treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. With clinics in Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Broadcast to social, print to digital, coast to coast, remote or on-site. 412 Communications has the solution to bridge your team with your audience. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area, and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Nearing go time here at Fred Rust Arena. Delaware and Rowan meeting for the third time this season. Again, each team taking one half of the season series so far. This the deciding game for the regular season Battle of the Delaware River. Delaware 13-4-2 coming into this contest off wins over Westchester and Penn 12-0, 8-1 earlier this weekend. Rowan 15-5-2 under the leadership of Dan and Dylan DeMonte. And back in the lineup for the Profs, goalie Veronica Scholden, 2-0-1 on the year with a 146 goals against average and a 941 save percentage after Megan Malarkey did the bulk of the heavy lifting through the fall portion of the season with a 13-5-1 record and a goals against average of 132. Maria Cantino, Gia Caruso, Kalina Gruby, Janata Kotsorkova, the big names to look out for. Offensively speaking for the Profs, Janata Kotsorkova with 12 goals and 12 assists. Up in point-a-game territory for the Profs. Maggie Bowman back on the blue line. Good for 9 goals and 8 assists of her own. Huge production from the blue line for Bowman. On the Delaware side of the red line, Charlie Randazzo getting the call between the pipes. 8-2-0 her record this year with a 212 goals against average and a save percentage of .913. And without further ado, we're going to take you inside the glass.
Recovery from an injury
For Senior Day 2026 festivities here at Fred Rust Arena as we honor a pair of 2026 graduates on this Blue Hen squad. Fans, a most pleasant good afternoon to you, and welcome to Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware. Today, the American Collegiate Hockey Association and the Delaware Valley College Hockey Conference present a Women's Division II regular season game between the Profs of Rowan University and your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Before today's game, we would like to recognize the members of the class of 2026 making their final regular season appearance here at Fred Rust Arena in a Blue Hens hockey sweater. Our first senior from Wilmington, Delaware, number 7, Evie Hill. Evie is joined this afternoon by her parents Chrissy and Glenn, sister Grace and brother Blake, and Aunt Melissa, and her Nana as well. Through 82 games played with the Blue Hens, she's accounted for 36 goals and 42 assists. This May, she will graduate with a bachelor's degree in sports health with minors in strength and conditioning and professional sales and sales management. Her future plans? Possibly pursuing a master's degree to become a strength and conditioning coach, working with athletes, or taking the orthopedic sales route. Regardless of the path she chooses, she plans to continue playing and coaching hockey, passing on the knowledge and passion for the sport that she has always loved. The message she leaves to her fellow Blue Hens: never shrink yourself to fit someone else's standards. Be unapologetically yourself and be exceptional at it. Defender, all-around great human being, number 7, Evie Hill. And our other senior member of the Blue Hens team hails from Millersville, Pennsylvania, number 20, C.C. Charles. Cece is joined this afternoon by her parents Scott and Kelly and older brothers Trevor and Lucas. Cece also thanks those who have been a part of the village that has helped raise her: John and Chris Ricci, Jim Marconi, Tiffany O'Hearn, all of whom are in the stands for today's game. Here in her senior year, she has scored 18 goals and added 9 assists for a total of 27 points. This May, she will graduate with a Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice. In May, she will be commissioning as a second lieutenant in the Pennsylvania Army National Guard. And on the civilian side of things, she is currently in the hiring process with the Newark Police Department and will hopefully serve as a full-time officer with the department after graduation. Her message to her fellow Blue Hens: iron sharpens iron, but authentic support lifts us higher and higher. Find your authentic support and use it to reach new heights. Number 20, C.C. Charles. Well-deserved congratulations to Evie and Cece. It's been a pleasure spending the past few seasons with you, and we wish you all the best in what's to come. And now let's meet the starting lineups for today's game, starting with the Rowan University Profs, coached by Dan and Dylan DeMonte. Starting in goal, number 35, Veronica Schulden. On defense, number 7, Kieran Fleeg. And number 15, Maggie Bowman. At left wing, number 90, Janada Kotsorkova. At right wing, number 10, Bella Naval. And starting at center, number 3, Claire Meehan. And now let's meet the starting 6 for your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Starting in goal from Port Washington, New York, number 35, Charlie Randazzo. On defense from Robbinsville, New Jersey, number 12, Amelie Perez. At right wing from Morristown, New Jersey, number 93, Izzy Camarada. At left wing from Clinton, New Jersey, number 48, Hope Menachilo. And the members of the class of 2026 at center from Millersville, Pennsylvania, number 20, CeCe Charles. And on defense from Wilmington, Delaware, number 7, Effie Hill. Your Blue Hens are coached by Joe Duca. The on-ice officials for today's game, as appointed by the American Collegiate Hockey Association, are Anthony Saracola and Madeline Weeks. Fans, at this time, we ask that you direct your attention to the American flag located directly above center ice, as we honor the United States of America and those entrusted with the defense of this nation and the ideals upon which it was built, with the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Ready for Sunday afternoon hockey in the first state. Delaware decked out in their thirds. Black sweaters, gold numbers, blue trim, blue helmets, blue pants. They'll move left to right in opening period play, backstopped by Charlie Randazzo, the first-year netminder from Long Island. 8-2 on the year, with a .212 goals against average. On the other side of the red line, it will be Veronica Schulden, making just her 4th appearance in Prof's gray. Rowan moving right to left in their usual home kits. Gray sweaters, Rowan, and brown block lettering across the front. Brown numbers on the front, back, and sleeves. Gold trim, white helmets, brown pants. And a great program from across the river in South Jersey, led by Dan and Dylan DeMonte. They've done a terrific job cultivating this program from just a dozen skaters a few years ago into the robust operation that it's since become, based over at Hollydale Ice Arena in Sewell, New Jersey, not far from Glassboro. Evie Hill and CC Charles, the class of 2026, taking the ice for one final opening face-off. Meehan and Charles, met by Madeline Weeks at center, and here we go. Sunday afternoon hockey in Delaware. Charles muscles the puck forward over the Rowan blue line, but it's picked up there by Bowman behind her own cage. Forechecking pressure from Camerata, nearly with the takeaway, but Kieran Fleeg recovers for the Profs, but can't get past the other 7, Evie Hill, who's working deep in the zone as Charles peels back to the point. Hope Metichilo, hassled by Meehan in the far corner, taken off her feet, trying to protect was Camerata, but this is taken away by Maggie Bowman. Bowman advances the puck up the right wing boards to Kotsorkova. Poke check from Amelie Perez just above the Delaware blue line. Takes the puck away from Naval, and it's sent back as far as the Rowan stripe, where Kieran Fleeg gains center red before rifling the puck in behind the Delaware cage. Partial change for the Profs. He's trying to work back up ice as Jules Fuchs for Delaware. Downing on with this team as well, as Camerata and Metichilo remain on. Now Izzy Camerata's off, but a fresh pair of defenders are on. Downing and Herzog together with Fuchs, Patrick, and Parmenter, the trio of forwards. This is Kalina Gruby up the left wing boards, trying to throw the puck on net from the corner, but it found the backside of the cage. And Randazzo didn't have to move a muscle. Ella Herzog trying to gain some space from Jacobus. Floats the puck up the left wing boards, and it's cleared by Patrick beyond center. Overskated by Maria Cantino. Recovering along the near wall. Parmenter accompanying her, but an easy dump and chase for Cantino. Picking up the puck and trying to bring it out into the flat, but her shot was blocked in close. Jemiah Alexander tries to clear. Holding the point is Gianna DeCoro for the Profs, but the Hens clear back to center. Harris throws it in from the red line. Puck ends up at the far corner of the Delaware end, where it's picked up by Ella Herzog, but she's unable to walk it free. She was tied up by DeCoro behind the net. Just over 2 minutes gone of the first period, and a clear from Paige Luzon sends the puck diagonally up ice. But this is going to come back and offside against the Blue Hens. That pass was ahead to Melanie Cartwright. But the two-a-side zone entries called back offside. 2 minutes and 15 seconds into the first period. Hens controlling off the draw. Matone up the middle, trying to find Alexa Pepper, and she does. This entry is clean. Metichilo with a shot from 35 feet, just wide of her mark. It looked like Schulten got a piece of it. Bowman tries to clear back the other way, but Matone holds the right point. Second-year Blue Hen keeping the puck in deep. Metichilo, surrounded by gray sweaters, could not maintain the attacking momentum for the home team. Kotsorkova clears. Icing waved off as Matone tried to make a play on the puck in neutral ice. Naval walking in. Ran out of real estate before she could get a shot away. Follow-up chance in the low slot was stick checked offline. Kotsorkova in low to Naval. She's pickpocketed below the goal by Grace Matone. Here's Camerata working the puck beyond center, but offline, intended for Metichilo. Pepper holds center before coming off for a change. A new set of Blue Hen attackers are on, and Liana Patrick feeds a cross-ice pass to Evie Hill. The Michigander steps up to center, and she rifles this in behind the Rowan goal. 3.5 minutes behind us in the first period of a 0-0 hockey game, Senior Day 2026 for the Blue Hen ACHA women. Bowman confronted at center, lobs the puck into the near corner of the Delaware zone, where Evie Hill skates her way through traffic, but she's unable to clear. Holding was Gia Caruso for the Profs. The Rowan captain getting the puck in deep, but now it's corralled by Fuchs in the near corner. Parmenter gave it away. Gruby looking for space, swarmed by Hill. And the loose puck is corralled at the opposite side below the goal by Amelie Perez, the New Jersey native. Off a near takeaway, the slapper from Patrick returns the vulcanized rubber to center. Caruso drives it back in up the left wing boards. Hill holding her ground, throws this the length of the ice. And it's going to come back. No, it's not going to come back in icing. This was waved off. So Caruso feeds a cross ice pass to Jacobus, who gains center before the dump and change. Herzog to Luzon back the other way, but the outlet pass was too much for Luzon to handle. Harris turned it back in from center. Downing will try again. The Hens breakout was a major trouble spot for them last year, but it's improved considerably here this season as the core of this team has had another season to gel, and the results have reflected that as they come into this game 13-4-2 on the year. Winning at just under a 70% clip. But Rowan, same can be said for them, 15-5-2 on the season, and they've taken one game apiece in their season series. The shot from Menachilo was on target, but blockered high and away by Shulden. Race on the other way. Goes the way of Rowan's Maria Cantino. Here she throws one through the crease. Looked like Randazzo got enough of it to direct the puck to the far corner. Kotsorkova, double teamed near side. Shovels the puck off her backhand to the corner and Naval, but she couldn't control it. This is cleared by Matone the other way, but not out. Bowman across the line to Fleeg stepping up. This shot from 35 just off its mark. Kotsorkova picks up the rebound, and she's steered to the corner by Matone. Kotsorkova in low to Naval. Back to Kotsorkova it comes. She's hassled by Pepper in the near corner. Janina Kotsorkova walking in, and she threads one past Randazzo to put the Profs up early. Janina Kotsorkova drawing first blood for the Rowan Profs. Off the feed from Bella Naval. 6 minutes and 20 seconds. Into the first period. For Janita, that's her 13th of the year. And the Profs go up 1-0 in these early stages. A try from Patrick the other way. Into net front traffic, and this will be cleared by P.J. Jacobus. The Rowan goal, 13th of the season, scored by number 90, Janita Kotsorkova. Assisted by number 10, Bella Naval, and number 7, Kieran Fleeg. Time of the goal, 6 minutes, 20 seconds in the first period. Kotsorkova's 13th from Naval and Fleeg at 6:20. Face-off moves back in the Delaware zone off the icing. And Maggie Bowman holds the zone from the point. She caroms the puck to the far corner. Janowski takes it away but could not clear. Holding the opposite point was Sienna Stone. Perez double teamed to the near corner by a pair of Prof forecheckers. Flips the puck back to Hill, and she'll rifle this up the left wing boards and out back to center, where Stone protects and volleys it back into Delaware territory. Perez protecting center, gives the puck away to Bowman. That's thrown up the middle to Stager. Stager gains the Delaware line but couldn't control the puck. Downing back to recover for the Hens. And she rings it behind the net to Camerata up the near side. Advance to Alexander, whose stick was lifted by Caruso as she tried, or rather by Cantino as she tried to work through neutral ice. Downing with the long shot, sticked away by Schulden. And this is sent clear by Caruso the other way. Downing on her horse, gets to the puck in time, but icing was waved off by Anthony Saracola. Herzog across to Camerata to clear the Delaware zone. Camerata into a 1-on-2, takes aim from distance. Schulden with the save. Good defensive pressure from Kieran Fleeg to force that shot to be less than a quality chance. It was rushed from distance despite being on target. 11:15 to go in the first period. Rowan's Zhanna Kotsorkova with the lone goal of the game, and her attempts at a second were stymied by Shaw Downing at the top of the far circle. Pepper from distance gets one on net, but a stick save from Veronica Schulden brings play to a halt and will set up a face-off to her left with 10 minutes and 55 seconds to go here in first period action from Fred Rust Arena. Another save from Schulden. And another face-off coming to her left. Matone couldn't feed to Fuchs. Patrick pursuing the puck below the cage, couldn't get there in time. Parmenter plays the body on Jacobus and forces the turnover. Madeline Parmenter could not get past Harris at the top of the near circle. Puck is tied up now along the near boards and cleared. Cartwright to Janowski, topping the puck as she tried to feed it to Luzon. Back it comes to Julia Janowski. The Bay Stater trying to leave it back to Alexander at the point, who's fresh on. But she couldn't get good contact on the puck, and it's taken away by Probst. Probst advances through neutral ice before giving it away to Perez. Janowski clears. Alexander protects. Back to Janowski, it comes at center, and she skates into a 1-on-3. Another long shot. Thrown on net, steadied by Schulden. And the Delaware side filtering in some fresh players as we pass the halfway point of the first period. Rowan with a 1-0 lead thanks to Zhanna Kotsorkova's 13th goal of the season at the 6:20 mark. Camerata to Alexander. Cross ice pass, and the shot from the top of the circle is blocked by Probst. Great hustle by the co-captain of the Profs to keep this 1-0 from distance. CC Charles, here she comes walking in. Shot from 35, a hard wrister that sailed wide of the near post. This comes back to Perez from Camerata. She takes aim from the near half boards. Schulden got some of that, directing the puck out of harm's way to the far side. And a dump in from the Profs will enable them to change up. 8.5 to go in the first period. Evie Hill to Camerata, directing the puck over the blue line, but into the path of Kieran Fleeg, who takes a check near side. From the Hen, CC Charles. And play will continue on, as it was determined that she was puck first in her intent as far as what to play there. Meehan working the near corner, back to Fleeg at the point. Meehan skips this across to the far side. Taking aim from distance, that was Maggie Bowman. But her shot's deflected away in net front traffic. Inside 8 to go in the first period. Amelie Perez breaking through. Carries the puck as far as the Rowan blue line, but she's met by a host of back checkers and stripped to the puck by Maggie Bowman once again. Parmenter reaches for it to take it away from Kotsorkova, and she drives this back into the Rowan zone. Another changing of the guard for the Blue Hens as they struggle to generate meaningful chances Their shots, 7 in total on Veronica Schulden, have all been from outside the tops of the dots, with the exception of one. Rowan counterattack is led by P.J. Jacobus, but foiled by the back-checking Shaw Downing. Downing nearly with the steal at center from Gruby, but Kalina Gruby perseveres, dumps the puck in behind the Delaware goal. Herzog angled her off the puck. Downing couldn't clear. Herzog back left side. Floats this. Ahead to Janowski, across to Luzon to clear the Delaware zone. Luzon gained red before throwing the puck through a trio of Rowan backcheckers. She pursues to apply the forechecking heat, but the Profs reset, and Gruby leaves this back to Michaela Harris. Harris with the long clear, and this will come back an icing. If you've been injured on the job or in a car accident, you know just how challenging and overwhelming the recovery process can be. And that's why having a trusted and caring representative by your side is essential to help you navigate the complex world of workers' compensation and personal injury. The Law Office of Heather A. Long will guide you through every step of the process, from filing your claim to representing you in hearings and appeals. To schedule a free consultation, call the Law Office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. Matone compelled to play the puck. Could not clear. Caruso overpowered by Camerata, who's trying to carry into a 1-on-4. She was angled to the near wall by Gianna DeCoro and subsequently stripped of the puck. Hard clear from behind the Rowan net. Off the stick of Harris. Icing waved off by Madeline Weeks as Stager won the race to the path of the puck. It's not a race to the goal line, it's a race to the path of the puck. And we have our first penalty of the game, coming with 5 minutes and 41 seconds to go in the first period. What have we got from Madeline Weeks? Interference, the call on Izzy Camerata. First penalty kill for the Blue Hens of the afternoon. Could be brought to you by, well, you. Sponsorship opportunities are available on the Delaware Hockey Network. To learn more, email mjr at 412communications.com. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 93, Izzy Camerata. 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 14 minutes, 19 seconds in the first period. Camerata 2 for interference at 14:19. Fleeg to DeCoro. Alexander keeps her pinched to the perimeter of the zone. Bowman back to Fleeg. Umbrella collapses. The Fleeg shot from 35 was just wide. Race for the puck behind the net goes the way of Parmenter, but she's unable to clear up the far dashers as Bowman protects. Here's Fleeg again, near side, thrown on traffic. Puck bounces in front of Randazzo, and the rebound goes the way of the Blue Hens. Another look at this exchange on the 412 Communications instant replay. Kieran Fleeg with the long shot. Looming net front to try to put the rebound back was Cantino, but she's stonewalled by the first-year Delaware netminder as we come to the final 4:45 of the first period. Shots now even 7 aside. Rowan still with the advantage, and they're up a woman for the next 53 seconds as well. Zhanna Kotsarkova with a long wrist shot from 50. Skips wide of the near post. Meehan pulls back. She takes aim from distance, and the rebound is in again. Right on the doorstep was Bella Naval to pot her 4th of the year. And it's now a 2-0 hockey game. The Rowan goal, 4th of the season, scored by number 10, Bella Naval. Assisted by number 3, Claire Meehan, and number 90, Zhanna Kotsorkova. Time of the power play goal, 15 minutes, 35 seconds in the first period. Naval's 4th from Meehan and Kotsorkova at 15:35, a power play goal. Crofts looking for another. DeCoro couldn't set up a Probst one-timer from the mid-slot. Sophia Probst wraparound was sealed off by Randazzo, but she gets the puck back in the near corner. It was fed to her by DeCoro. She steers this behind the net, and now it's returned by Cantino to DeCoro in the corner. Matone laying a hip in on her with inside 3.5 minutes to go in the first period. Harris, confronted by Luzon, held the point. Probst cycles to Cantino in the near corner. Alexander confronts her. Working behind the cage, Maria Cantino looking for options. Alexander and Matone offering support at their respective posts. And now Gianna DeCoro's tied up behind the net. Puck is trapped over Randazzo's left shoulder, and Matone is able to work it free. Matone lobs this beyond the reach of Janowski. It's turned back from center by Stone. 2:42 to go in the first period from Fred Rust Arena. Rowan with a pair of goals, one from Zhanna Kotsorkova, one from Bella Naval. And they've both got assists on each other's tallies as well. Gruby stood up at the blue line. Puck knocked loose, corralled by Pepper. 2-on-2 for the Hens if they hurry, but the cross-ice pass to Camerata was bothered by Gruby, forcing the takeaway. Here's Gruby, top of the far circle. Swarmed by Pepper, but she's got support. In comes Sarah Durso looking for a lane, but she's pinched to the corner by Pepper, staying right with her. The carom shot behind the net ends up on the stick of Izzy Camerata, and she tries to muscle it clear. 1:47 to go in the first period from Fred Rust. Rowan's controlled the terms from the get-go. A solid back check, limiting quality chances for the Blue Hens. And the potent hands of Zhanna Kotsorkova and Bella Naval, beating Charlie Randazzo for a pair of early goals. Camerata the other way. Airmails one from the blue line in off the back glass. And the Menachilo shot from the corner makes it on net. And holding for the pause is Veronica Schulden. Make a truly all-American meal the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware can cater your next group event, offering pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken on a daily basis, along with a variety of sauces and sides sure to please any appetite. Visit Sid's at Suite C26 in the Tri-State Industrial Center on Ridge Road in Claymont, open Monday through Saturday for takeaway lunch, or to place a catering order, call 302-439-4937 or visit sidsbbqandjerky.com.
1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute.
Now a minute to go in opening period play. Liana Patrick losing control of the puck momentarily, so the Hens squander a 3-on-1 counterattack. Kotsorkova strips the puck from Perez, looking for a second. Kotsorkova from 30 throws one off the back glass behind Randazzo. Good defensive pressure from Hill. Puck tied up in the far corner, now two aside the battle. Kotsorkova emerging from the pack. Looked like she caught the stick of Jules Fuchs and went to her knees. Holding the far point and taking aim was Bowman. Pad save from Randazzo. And Perez works this back to Luzon up the right wing boards. Luzon gaining center. Throws the puck into the far corner where it's fanned on by Caruso, trying to carom it clear. Kotsorkova steps up. Pressuring her was Luzon, but Kotsorkova connects up the left wing boards with Sophia Probst. She dumps the puck in behind the Delaware cage, and the final seconds of the first period tick away. At the end of 20 minutes, the score, Rowan University Profs 2, Delaware Blue Hens 0. We'll be back after the first intermission on the Delaware Hockey Network. Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With over 10 years of treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. With clinics in Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Broadcast to social, print to digital, coast to coast, remote or on site. 412 Communications has the solution to bridge your team with your audience. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today. Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
It's time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Thank you, Norm Borg. Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena here on the campus of the University of Delaware. 2-0 the score through 20 minutes of hockey. Rowan with the advantage thanks to goals from Janita Kotsorkova and Bella Naval. Kotsorkova's 13th of the year, Naval's 4th of the year. Senior night 2026. As we celebrate Evie Hill and CC Charles and a few Blue Hens of yesteryear have returned to Fred Rust Arena to take in the senior night festivities here on this Sunday afternoon. Anthony Saracola with the opening puck drop for the second period. If you're just joining us, Delaware moving right to left in their home black sweaters here in the second period, and Rowan in their away grays moving left to right as the long change is in effect for this second period. Quick throw in off the opening draw. Scholden covers. And CC Charles steps up for an attacking zone face-off near side across from Rowan's Claire Meehan. Fleeg tries to play the puck behind the cage out of harm's way. It was taken away by Camerata. Charles with a drive, but her shot from inside the right dot was blocked. Here comes Evie Hill, dipsy-doodling through traffic. She took aim from inside the left dot, but a Claire Meehan stick check knocked that puck almost stationary off the release. Kotsorkova with the dump in, and she hustles off. Back in the Delaware zone, Izzy Camerata. Surrounded by gray sweaters, muscles the puck just over the blue line. Charles has it tied up. This comes back to the line, and Amelie Perez fires it diagonally across to Menachilo. In comes Izzy Camerata, but she's caught up to by a host of Rowan back checkers. The shot from Menachilo from the top of the circle was on target, but easily sticked away by Scholden. Hill holds the point. Camerata, hassled by Fleeg behind the net, gets tied up, still manages to maintain the puck. Backhand shot in close off the stick of Alexa Pepper. Was directed wide by Veronica Scholden for her 11th save on 11 shots faced. Downing works the puck back in over the line after the Profs cleared to center. Fleeg works this ahead to Gruby. Recovering for the Hens was Ella Herzog, and the Poughkeepsie, New York native swats the puck back in off the backboards behind the Rowan cage. Here comes Kalina Gruby into a 1-on-2. Taking aim from the right half wall. Randazzo with the pad save. And the Hens, thanks to Madeline Parmenter, muscle back as far as the blue line, only to be stonewalled once again by the Profs. Drop pass from Jacobus led to a long shot from Michaela Harris, which was sticked away by Randazzo again to the far corner. 2 minutes behind us in the second period. Rowan nursing a 2-0 lead over the Delaware Blue Hens. Ruby's shot from the left half boards was blocked. Parmenter swarms her after she gets her own rebound and forces the turnover. Downing to Herzog behind the cage. And Herzog ricochets this puck up the near wall beyond the reach of Caruso. And Madeline Parmenter picks it up, but she's quickly double-teamed as she tries to traverse neutral territory. Jules Fuchs, the Pittsburgher, gives it away at the Rowan blue line. Walking back the other direction was Harris, but she turns it over to Herzog again. Herzog clears and changes. Gia Caruso, co-captain for the Profs, with 6 goals and 7 helpers so far this year, pulls back behind her own cage, and she can't ring the puck clear. Alex Sanders got her tied up at the blue line, but Caruso staying with the play gets the puck as far as center before Cartwright volleys it back. Nearly an odd woman rush for the Blue Hens, who've been struggling to generate those offensive chances, and Paige Luzon leaves it behind the cage. Alexander couldn't control below the net. This ends up loose in the far corner. Gruby tied up by Janowski. Joining the battle as well as Harris and Alexander pursuing the puck behind the net. But Caruso had the line to it, and she works this clear beyond the North Carolinian Melanie Cartwright. There is no icing, but plenty of pressure on Grace Matone to hustle back to the puck, and she does. Cartwright to Janowski, given away at the line to Cantino. Sounded like there was a whistle with 16:15 to go in the second period, but that's not the case. Play continuing on unabated as Probst was slowed up behind the net. Sophia Probst tied up by Matone. They get tangled up in the far corner. Puck squeaks loose and Luzon can't clear. Holding the point is Maria Cantino, but she gives way to a Melanie Cartwright poke check just inside the blue line. Matone clears. Icing waved off by Madeline Weeks, and Maggie Bowman trails back behind her own goal line to recover as the Hens change up. Stretch pass found DeCoro, but she blew a tire, working the puck back in over the Delaware line. CC Charles leading a fast break counterattack. Circles Fleeg, tries to find a way to the cage, but Bowman corrals the puck and gives it away back to Camerata, holding the top of the slot. Here a slapper from Perez. Directed into traffic. Charles from 30. Couldn't weave one through traffic. Hill working back mid-zone, tied up by Probst at the near half wall. Sophia Probst takes the puck away. She launches it up ice. And this will come back an icing. Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. So how do you get your voice above the fray? 412 Communications has myriad solutions to build bridges between your brand and the people you serve, ranging from broadcast to social, print to digital, and more. Want to know more? Head to 412communications.com to get the 411 on all things 412. Attacking zone draw for Delaware. Liana Patrick could not connect with Pepper. Intercepting that pass to the high slot was Gianna DeCoro. She gains the Delaware blue line before playing a hard carom shot into the far corner from our vantage point, and that enables the Profs to get some fresh legs on here in the 6th minute of the second period. Working net front, Cantino tried to line up a point-blank shot, but it was blocked right on the release from 10 feet away. Working in from the opposite side, that was Zhanna Kotsorkova looking for a second goal this afternoon. She was stood up by Randazzo. Parmenter into a 1-on-3 the other way. Stood up at the blue line of the Rowan Profs by Sienna Stone. Naval off the backhand. Works up the left wing boards and into the Delaware end, but she gives the puck away to Jules Fuchs. Kotsorkova recovers. Her shot from the bottom of the near circle, rather. Didn't have the line she had intended. And Amelie Perez struggles to clear. She's body down on open ice. Loose puck shoveled by Liana Patrick up the middle. And into the Rowan zone, where this is sticked out by Shulden, and Stone pulls back before sending it back up the near wall. Meehan gains center before the dump in. So a well-executed dump and chase here for the Profs. And they protect attacking territory as Michaela Harris seals off the left point, but she gives it away to Janowski. 6.5 gone in second period action from Fred Rust Arena. Broken pass intended for Kotsorkova. Janowski couldn't reel it in at center. Kotsorkova regains the puck, and she plays it forward up the right wing boards. This comes back to Stone. The feed from Gruby led to a shot that was broken up in mid-slot traffic. And here Ella Herzog back the other direction. Pyle drives her way into the Rowan zone. Before blowing a tire, PJ Jacobus had her tied up in neutral ice. Now Jacobus with the puck, getting it back from Kieran Fleeg, and she stick handles up the right wing boards over her own blue line, and now through neutral ice she comes. A hard shot from PJ Jacobus into the glove of Charlie Randazzo, and she holds for a pause with 12:48 to go in the second period. Rowan with a 2-0 lead over Delaware here on Senior Day 2026. The Philadelphian Jemiah Alexander awaiting her adversary in the face-off circle. And it is Sarah Durso coming in for the Profs, looking to maintain this attacking momentum and extend their lead over the Hens in the rubber match of their season series. Delaware Valley College Hockey Conference playoffs coming 2 weeks from now. at Premier Orthopedics Iceworks in Aston, Pennsylvania. And we'll see both of those sides there. Matone could not clear. Fleeg held the point. Camerata takes this away, but she can't clear. Fleeg gloves the puck down at the left point again, right in front of her own bench. Now Alexander pulls back, trying to generate some time and space. And Jemiah Alexander saucers the puck beyond the reach of Rowan's Leah Steger. But this will come back. No, it won't come back in icing. Play allowed to continue on by Anthony Saracola. Fleeg to Steger. Advanced over the Rowan line, back across neutral territory. CeCe Charles won the race back to the puck at her own blue line, but couldn't maintain control. Melanie Cartwright throws this from deep in her own zone, off the far corner boards, and this is going to come back in icing with 11:36 to go. In the second period, Rowan leading Delaware 2-0 from Fred Rust Arena on this Sunday afternoon. Face-off came to the right of Randazzo. Off the Delaware icing. And the Hens clearing again. Or so they hope, but Liana Patrick couldn't get the puck out of her own end. Charles to Patrick, 2-on-3. Patrick stood up at the blue line by Steger. Here's Cantino back the other way, splitting the wickets from the high slot. Hill intercepts the puck down low, but she gives it away. Naval Kosorkova shot, sticked offline by Cartwright. Puck ends up loose behind the net. Trying to shovel it in from close was Cantino, to no avail, as Randazzo freezes for the pause with 10:47 to go in the second period of a 2-0 hockey game. The Rowan Profs keeping the pressure on in the Delaware zone, but unable to extend their advantage. Meehan won the draw. Caruso held the point. Kotsorkova tied up by Perez in the far corner, looking for a lane to shoot, lost the puck. Naval supporting. Naval angled off the vulcanized rubber by Pepper. Janowski works this back up the left wing boards. But Caruso turns the momentum back from left to right from her own line. Kotsorkova could not beat Perez this time round. Naval recovers the puck over in the far corner under two-ply pressure. Net front feed, Meehan sees her shot stick checked offline from the low slot. Is thrown back across the Royal Road, and that chance coming off the stick of Bella Naval was deflected off target as well. We're more than halfway through. Advancing pass from Caruso, and the shot from Kotsorkova covered by Randazzo to bring play to a halt. With 9 minutes and 47 seconds to go in the second period. 0-0, we're halfway there indeed. With the Rowan Profs still maintaining that 2-0 advantage over Delaware. Another attacking zone draw for the Rowan side, who have controlled the momentum pretty soundly for the past 5-6 hockey minutes. An early flurry of activity to our left, but ever since then here in the second period, it's been the Profs controlling play in the Delaware zone. Fleeg held the left point, shot was errant. Menachilo corrals the puck and she feeds it back to center. Jacobus recovers, and she throws this off the near corner boards deep in Delaware territory. Ella Herzog looking for a way out. Camerata swarmed at the far half boards, needed some support. She got it in the form of Herzog, but holding the point again for Rowan was Kieran Fleeg, the alternate captain. She dumped the puck in, Hens working back into neutral territory. But Fuchs finds herself overpowered. Durso gave it away to Herzog. This thrown in from the blue line, and this will come back an icing. Whether you're a competitive athlete like these ladies or a weekend warrior like me, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. And with years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes alike, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Learn more at desportsmed.com. 8.5 minutes to go here in the second period. Prof's lead has stagnated at 2-0, but they've controlled the momentum for the bulk of this period. Jules Fuchs trying to change that now for Delaware. Floating the puck up ice to Menachilo. But again, the Hens find themselves outnumbered at the blue line. Cross ice pass to Camerata, who dumps in from the blue line before heading off for a quick change. Cartwright tied up by Caruso. Tried to find Parmenter up the left wing boards. Cantino's got her slowed up right at the Rowan line. And that enabled the Profs back check to reset, and they do. Hens unable to break through. They would have been outnumbered anyway. In a dump in studied by Scholden. Leaves Maggie Bowman the opportunity to reset more in earnest for the Profs, leading 2-0 here on Sunday afternoon in Newark. Gianna DeCoro. Shot from 30 was blocked by Matone, who swats the puck out of her reach in the near corner. Cartwright could not clear the shot from Gia Caruso. From the near half wall was bothered by Alexander. 7:10 to go in the second period. Caruso long shot right on target and held on to by Charlie Randazzo to bring play to a halt with 7:07 to go in the second period. Rowan leading 2-0 over the Delaware Blue Hens. Meehan and Charles. In for the near circle draw. The Profs control, and the Harris shot was well wide. Kotsorkova. Hassled by Perez behind the net. Charles offering further defensive pressure, forcing a turnover. Hill works the puck up the left wall, and this is sent clear by Julia Janowski as far as the Rowan blue line. Recovering there was Caruso, and this is going to come back an icing. 6:40 to go in the second period, and at long last an attacking zone draw for the Blue Hens. A much needed break after they've been pinned in their own end, and they'll get a change here as well. Pepper and Meehan. Hill with a one-timer off Scholden's pads from the cross ice feed. Pepper fanned on the redirect net front. Have to be in position for those rebounds. In order to capitalize on a netminder as solid as Veronica Scholden, and especially amidst a defense that's been as solid as this Rowan squad has shown for the first almost 34 minutes of play. Kotsorkova tied up by Menachilo. Loose puck is pushed by Pepper back to center where Camerata now heads a 2-on-2. She lobs this in from distance off the near corner boards. Picked up back the other way by Sienna Stone. And Jacobus will carry this in up the right wing wall. Her shot from distance, bothered by Menachilo, was blockered aside neatly by Randazzo. Here's Bowman again. Short to gain center before the release. Enough to negate the icing. But the Profs can't chase the puck down, and this goes up over the glass deep in the Delaware end with who stopped all 8 second period shots that she's seen. But there's been very little let up from this Rowan attack here in middle period action. Inside 5.5 to play. Patrick slowed up by Durso just inside the blue line. Lost control of the zone. Parmenter will leave this back to Downing. Through traffic, she sends the puck from center in off the backboards behind Schulden. Bowman swarmed by Patrick, looking for a lane to break out, and she finds P.J. Jacobus. This is overskated at the line by Gruby. Back it comes to Bowman, across to Fleeg. Galina Gruby, surrounded by black sweaters, gave it away and neutralized to Perez, but it's taken right back by Rowan's Kieran Fleeg. Jacobus gains center before letting this one go from distance. Puck ricochets off the backboards, and Randazzo freezes for the pause. With 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go in this second period, Rowan leading 2-0 over the Blue Hens. Charles and Cantino taking the near circle draw deep in the Delaware zone. And the Hens barely work clear, but Luzon's feed ahead to Fuchs was broken up by Cantino, and back in come the Profs. Charles, body down, trying to exit the zone, gives the puck away. Decoro walking in, was stripped of the vulcanized rubber by Amelie Perez. Charles gains at least the Rowan blue line, and Hill will see her advance called back up the near side after the cross ice pass was directed into the neutral zone, and play ruled offside. Four to go in the second. Puck over the boards, far side, and out of play. And the face-off's going to go inside now. .356 remaining. Hens gifted the attacking zone draw. Herzog works the puck down low to Menachilo, but she's double-teamed. Camerata confronted by Naval. And now working the puck back far side, or rather near side, is Claire Meehan. Stone swarmed by Pepper. Could not clear. Fleeg's backhand has just enough on it to find Janina Kotsorkova. And here she comes up the right wall. Kotsorkova, long shot, stick to side by Randazzo to the far wall. Good for save number 9 this period. Follow-up chance, a one-hop from Kieran Fleeg into the glove of Charlie Randazzo. She'll hold for the pause with 3:13 to go in the second. Fresh legs on all around, but this will gain the Rowan Profs an attacking zone face-off to the right of Charlie Randazzo, who is now 19 for 21 in the save column today. Durso and Alexander taking the far circle draw deep in Delaware territory, where much of this second period has taken place. Gruby's shot trying to walk in from the far corner was stick checked up in the atmosphere. Gruby's going to try again. Jemiah Alexander swarming her. Puck is knocked loose, cleared by Liana Patrick 10 feet over the blue line before it was gloved down by Harris. Hill winds up. Alexander steps in over the line. Harris keeps her pinned to the wall. This drop back to Evie Hill. Hill, Alexander, lunging, holds the zone. Perez throws the puck into net front traffic. It caught, it looked like the skate of Harris before Gruby picked up the puck, and she skates into a 1-on-3. Gruby's got support now from Maggie Bowman. And a partial changing of the guard for the Profs. Get some fresh legs on with 2:12 to go in the second period of a 2-0 game. Emerging from the pack is Amelie Perez. She plays the puck off the far boards. Touch pass from Patrick, found Alexander, but she couldn't clear of her own volition. Cantino pulls back inside her own blue line to reset for the Profs. Forechecking heat came from the tandem of Parmenter and Perez. CC Charles pursuing a loose puck behind the goal now. Bowman overskated it. Probst picks it up. Charles nearly with the takeaway. This comes back to the neutral zone, where Ella Herzog protects for the Blue Hens, but this is volleyed back by the other 15, Maggie Bowman. In came Cantino, knocked off her feet, but she got the shot away. Holding for the pause was Charlie Randazzo with 84 seconds to go here in the second period. And her Delaware Blue Hens yet to find the back of the Rowan net. In a dozen shots so far. .80 to go in the second period. Charles did not win the draw, but she leads the attack for the Blue Hens up the middle before a poke check from Michaela Harris slows her up just inside the Rowan blue line. Here comes Cantino back the other way, lobbing the puck in from distance. Randazzo paddles it behind the cage as we enter the final minute of the second period. Cantino bothered by Downing. Throws the puck into the near corner. And Fuchs walks this over her own blue line. Cross-ice pass intended for Camerata was broken up by Maria Cantino. Now 40 to go in the second. Another Blue Hen clear thanks to Shaw Downing's backhand. Race on for the puck. Fleeg and Parmenter. Tied up in the near corner of the Rowan zone. Joining the battle as well are Caruso, Menachilo, and Naval. Bella Naval's going to walk it out for the Profs. 18 seconds to go in the second period. Hill with a takeaway at her own blue line. Perez sends this across to Parmenter, directed in over the Rowan line, where Kieran Fleeg will pull back behind her own cage. And Fleeg's going to trap the puck to the kick plate in the far corner and let time run out for the second period. The score at the end of two periods remains Rowan 2, Delaware 0. Back after the second here on the Delaware Hockey Network.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Broadcast to social, print to digital, coast to coast, remote or on-site. 412 Communications has the solution to bridge your team with your audience. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today. Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
It's time for the third period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Thank you, Norm. 2-0 through 2 periods, and a look back at how we got here. A pair of first period goals from the Rowan University Profs. Janita Kotsorkova with her 13th of the season. 6 minutes and 20 seconds into the first, beating Charlie Randazzo. And then Kotsorkova with the secondary assist on what was Bella Naval's 4th goal of the year. A rebound put back from a Claire Meehan shot on the lone power play of the game for either side. Rowan with those 2 first period goals to establish the advantage, but a scoreless second period. Bringing us here to the start of the third, with Rowan still nursing a 2-0 advantage over Delaware on Senior Night 2026. James Witherite joining you here from the 412 Communications press box. And Charlie Randazzo holding on for dear life amid a swarm of profs to keep this game 2-0. Another look coming here on the 412 Communications instant replay as Bella Naval and Janita Kotsorkova both digging away at the puck. Couldn't get it past Randazzo in the blue paint. Delaware needs some sort of spark after being pinned in their own zone for the bulk of the second period. An outshot by the Profs, 11-4. Menachilo with the dump and change. Fresh legs on for the Hens. Fleeg volleys the puck back along the near wall. Gruby could not direct it in, and this is going to come back an icing with 19 minutes and 6 seconds to go in regulation. Near circle draw to the left of Veronica Schulden, who stopped all dozen shots she's faced to this point. Tip of the hat to our technical team here today. Our videographer is the early bird, Trevor Early. Our assistant producers are Broadway Joe Sindoni and Trey Wright. Our co-executive producer is Molly Jo Rosen. Our production assistants Eli Swope and Josie Billett, who we're glad to have back with us today for Senior Night 2026. Former Delaware Blue Hen joining us this afternoon at Fred Rust Arena. But her former teammates have an uphill battle ahead of them here in the third period. Sophia Probst could not cut through the slot and maintain the puck. Madeline Parmenter picks it up, but she can't walk forward as she's angled off the puck by Cantino. DeCoro picks it up. She shoots from the top of from the bottom hash mark in that right circle, and Charlie Randazzo holds on for the pause. 18:08 to go in regulation this afternoon. Alexander and Cantino in for the draw. The shot from high in the zone was sticked away by Randazzo. Looked like Caruso let it go. Cantino's backhand sails offline after she recovered. Probst steers the puck behind the cage away from Alexander. Grace Matone, surrounded by gray sweaters, gave it away. Cantino tries to pull back into the flat, but she's kept wide of the house by Melanie Cartwright. Alexander corrals the puck, and she works this over the line to Parmenter. Madeline Parmenter, first-year Blue Hen, gave way to a poke check from Gianna DeCoro. Cartwright across the line to Fuchs, stepping in over the Rowan stripe, but she gives this away to Caruso. Caruso cross-ice feed to Naval, who was swarmed by Menachilo. And now Camerata joining the play for Delaware is Cece Charles. Tries to make something happen from below the Rowan goal to no avail. She's unable to connect with Menachilo, and she gave the puck away. to Cantino. 3 minutes behind us in the third period. Race of the 12s coming inside the Delaware line, Cantino and Perez. Cantino with the dump in from the half wall, pursued by Naval. Kotsorkova bodied off the puck by C.C. Charles. They continue to scrap in the near corner, and Amelie Perez sweeps in and recovers the puck for the Blue Hens. And she pushes this clear as far as center before Harris recovered. Naval slapped it in over the Delaware blue line. Hill couldn't clear. She's pickpocketed by Janina Kotsorkova. Hill stays with her, recovers, and losing her balance, Evie Hill sends the puck back as far as the Rowan line. Fleeg ricochets it off the far wall. Perez back to Hill. Hill turns on the attacking Jets, gains center, and she launches this off the corner boards near side in the Rowan zone before dropping back on the defensive Delenn support, and now work her way back into the Delaware end as Claire Meehan is pinched to the near boards by Patrick right at the blue line. This is a hand pass against the Blue Hens with 15:47 to go. And the face-off will come inside the Delaware zone. With a listen-first approach that creates a unique solution for your circumstances, the Law Office of Heather A. Long are committed to providing empathetic and compassionate legal representation to individuals who have suffered injuries. To schedule a free consultation, call the Law Office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. A little controversy over the hand pass call. We end up with a defensive zone face-off from the Blue Hens' perspective here with 4.5 minutes behind us in the third period. And Rowan still with that 2-0 lead. Despite a trio of third period shots so far, they've not been able to get past Charlie Randazzo for a third. Luzon tips the puck beyond center. It's recovered by Bowman and thrown in from distance. She was behind the red line at the point of release. So this presumably will come back in icing. .15:08 to go. Here in the third period. Draw coming to the right of Scholden. Downing gets to the puck as it's Karam to the near side. Now kicked by Parmenter back to the left point on Herzog. Fuchs working in behind the cage, bodied off the biscuit by Bowman. She's got support from Madeline Parmenter. Gruby lays a hip in on her. Now a two-a-side battle develops over the left shoulder of Scholden. Failing to clear was Jacobus. Bouncing puck picked up by Maggie Bowman. She's got a 2-on-2 together with Gruby. Long shot lobbed in and frozen by Randazzo for a pause in play. 14 minutes and 28 seconds to go. Here in regulation, Rowan 2, Delaware 0 from Fred Rust Arena on Senior Day 2026. Charles and Cantino taking the far circle draw. And here Camerata with a clean shot, got one on net. Scholden making her 13th save of the day. Cartwright could not feed to Charles at the blue line. Caruso failed to control the puck in the far corner. C.C. Charles swarming in, nearly recovered for the Blue Hens. Camerata tried to feed one net front to Menachilo, but couldn't connect amid net front congestion. Matone and Decoro were tied up. Meanwhile, the Hens re-enter. Charles directing the puck into the far corner of the Rowan end, where Cantino has time and space to recover. Cantino collides with Patrick, but is able to feed the puck on to Probst. Fresh legs on for the Hens as they change. Cartwright stands on the puck off the cross-ice feed. The re-entry for the prop is going to be called back offside with 13:18 to go. Face off right in front of our perch. Here at Fred Rust Arena. Pepper and Meehan. In for the near circle draw. Just above the Hens' blue line, and Alexa Pepper wins the face-off, advancing the puck to Parmenter onto Hill, dropped back to Parmenter. Hill working on the offensive now. Pulls back to the top of the left circle and shot one through congestion right at the top of the crease. Parmenter couldn't set up Pepper on the goal mouth. Perez holding the zone. Parmenter leaves this to Janowski, thrown in from distance. It rebounds off Schulden's pads. Parmenter, second chance opportunity, couldn't get the angle. Here again, Madeline Parmenter shoveling this through the slot. Janowski caught unawares. Hill taking aim from just above the left circle, but she threw that into net front traffic as well. Another chance from the mid slot, tipped aside. Trying to muscle this free behind the cage is Sienna Stone. But she found plenty of resistance behind her own net. Another Hill shot was blocked by Kotsorkova. Janita Kotsorkova's got Delaware's number today, a goal, an assist, and more than a few blocked shots. Harris drops this off behind the Delaware net. Janowski clears. Gia Caruso lets one go from center, right on net, sticked away by Randazzo to the near corner. So the Hens defense and their net minding have stepped up to keep this a 2-0 Rowan lead, but they've not been able to cut into it despite their best efforts just moments ago. Here comes Jemiah Alexander. Pressed to the right wall by Caruso upon the zone entry. Centering pass and a backhand shot from Paige Luzon. Held on to by Veronica Schulden. Face-off will come to Schulden's right with 11:23 to go. We're showing 11:43. Here at Fred Rust Arena. So looks like we're going to get 20 seconds of bonus hockey. As Shaw Downing foils the advance of Sophia Probst at center. In comes Kieran Fleeg. Working deep into the Delaware zone. She tried to shoot one from the corner, but she sailed the puck through the low slot across far side. Now Probst walking in after Cantino couldn't generate a shot. Probst could not jam the puck past Charlie Randazzo on the welcome mat, and it stays 2-0 with 11:18 to go. DeCoro and Charles meeting for the near circle face-off in the Delaware end, and CC Charles connects with Camerata, working back up the left wing boards in over the Rowan line. The Blue Hens struggles to generate and maintain concerted attacks have persisted here in the first half of the third period. A-grade chances have been sparse, and that's by and large been the difference maker, as the Rowan back check have limited on odd skater rushes and have done well to control that 12 feet and in area that we talk about all the time here on the Delaware Hockey Network. DeCoro pickpocketed by Matone. Charles back to her feet, taking the puck away. Kotsorkova feeding to Cantino. And the Profs make it 3-0. Absolutely gorgeous execution from Rowan, and Maria Cantino pots her 12th of the year. Here it comes again. The takeaway from Decoro, and Janita Kotsorkova sets up Cantino right on the welcome mat for her 12th goal of the season. Coming at 9:37 in the third period. The Rowan goal, 12th of the season, scored by number 12, Maria Cantino. Assisted by number 90, Janita Kotsorkova, and number 14, Gianna Decoro. The time of the goal, 9 minutes 37 seconds in the third period. Cantino's 12th from Kotsorkova and Decoro at 9:37. Just past halfway in the third period. And Evie Hill pushes the puck forward across center. She tried to split the wickets with a long shot, but Michaela Harris blocked her just inside the blue line. Perez turns this back to Camerata, who launches the puck off the near glass, deep into Rowan territory. It's chased down behind the net and now controlled by Gia Caruso. Gruby floats this beyond a crowd of blue hens. Up the left wing boards to PJ Jacobas. Here she comes looking for a fourth. She was bothered from astern by CC Charles and couldn't get a clean shot away. Randazzo made the stop she needed, and now Camerata the other side. Gains a little bit of clearance. Centering pass. Came back toward Menachilo, crashing the mid-slot, but she was tied up by Cantino. No icing against the Profs. Herzog out-muscled by Cantino for the puck. Centering feed. Gruby trails high on the slot to maintain this momentum for the Profs. 8.5 to go. In the third period, Rowan 3, Delaware 0 from Fred Rust Arena. This is the rubber match for the season series between these two familiar foes from across the river. Jemiah Alexander in a 1-on-4 just tried to get the puck in deep. Downing steps up to maintain attacking zone presence for the Blue Hens. She lobs a shot in from distance. It was blockered away by Scholden to the far corner. Maggie Bowman, stonewalled by Luzon, trying to cut through the middle and out. Alexander could not center to Fuchs. Fleeg volleys the puck from blue line to blue line. This is turned back by Cartwright off the Matone feed D to D. Worked back in by Fleeg up the left wing boards. And this will come back. Or will it? Indeed, this will come back and icing with 7:35 remaining. And the Hens' Alexa Pepper is in for the attacking zone draw. Cartwright working just inside the stripe. Could not find Pepper down low. Fleeg failed to clear. Parmenter couldn't jam the puck in off her backhand past Scholden. Now Parmenter is angled to the far corner and tied up by a pair of Profs. Patrick sweeps in to extract the puck. This is thrown in from distance by Melanie Cartwright from the left point. Scholden with the upper hand for the 18th time today. And the Hens are pressed back to center to recover and reset. 7 minutes to go on Senior Night 2026 And the Blue Hens have been held scoreless by the Rowan University Profs. Goals from Kotsorkova, Naval, and Cantino. Camerata skies one out of her own zone diagonally toward Parmenter. The angle of the pass not quite right. Camerata's going to try again as Kotsorkova pins her just inside her blue line. Camerata tried to carry this up the right wing boards. She was bodied down by Harris just beyond center. Matone recovers for the Hens, but she's pressed behind the goal line by Bella Naval. Camerata off her backhand, crosses to the forehand now, runs into Camerata before finding center. And a penalty is called by Anthony Saracola with 6:14 to go, and this is going to go against Janita Kotsorkova, sending the Blue Hens to their first Delaware Sports Medicine power play of the afternoon. Timeout called here with 6:14 to go. We'll be back on the Delaware Hockey Network after this.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Broadcast to social, print to digital, coast to coast, remote or on site. 412 Communications has the solution to bridge your team with your audience. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today. Recovery from an
Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. Face-off. Coming where we thought it was going to be. To the right of Veronica Schulden as the Blue Hens embark in their first Delaware Sports Medicine power play of the game. But they've got plenty of work to do here in the final 6:05. The penalty, Janita Kotsorkova off for interference at 13:46. So the Profs will have to do with their leading offensive producer today with a hand in all three Rowan goals. Sideline for the next minute and a half. Fleeg turns and clears from inside her blue line. Herzog to Parmenter. Cross ice pass to Downing. Advancing the puck to Hope Menachilo. Menachilo angled off the puck near side by Meehan. Had support from Fuchs. Here's Amelie Perez. Back to Parmenter. Perez center point. Hill calling for it. Steps up. Shot was blocked by Schulden. As Karams back to the right point, held by Amelie Perez. We're down to the final 5 and change from Fred Rust Arena. Home finale for the Delaware women, who will head to the DVCHC postseason tournament in Aston, Pennsylvania, just a half-hour drive from here 2 weeks from now. They'll meet the Profs there once again. Here a shot from Perez, sticked away by Schulden and cleared out aggressively by Kieran Fleeg. And the Profs send the puck up ice with 4.5 to go. 15 remaining on the Kotsorkova penalty. Hill spins the puck back to Camerata, who couldn't control it. She was swarmed by Cantino, and Camerata back at her own blue line recovers. Kotsorkova's penalty has expired. We're down to the final 4:12. Another Schulden save directs the puck to the far wall. Hill again, long wrister into net front traffic. Charles couldn't reel it in for the second chance as Caruso had her marked square on. Kotsorkova looking for a second. Denied as Randazzo smothers the puck with 3:53 to go. Faceoff's going to come to the right of Charlie Randazzo after her 28th save of the day. She's not played poorly by any stretch of the imagination, but the offensive chances for Delaware have been few, far between, and not particularly high quality. Liana Patrick from inside the right dot took aim on Shulden. Parmenter couldn't finish off the rebound off Shulden's pads. Gruby the other way, tried to feed the Jacobus. And this is going to come back an icing as Ella Herzog won the race to the path of the puck. Again, it's not to the goal line, it's to the path of the puck, and this one's going to go in Delaware's favor with 3 minutes and 29 seconds to go. Alexander in for the draw. She pursues the puck into the corner now behind the net, but Maggie Bowman's got it tied up for Rowan. Fuchs can't flip it back to Downing at the point. This is taken away by Jacobus. Advanced to Gruby over center. Gruby one-on-one with Herzog. Now the Hens swarm her and angle her to the far wall. Herzog pushes this clear. Puck caught a stanchion behind the net awkwardly, but Fuchs corrals it and advances it up ice to Jemiah Alexander, the Philadelphian. Now 3 minutes to go. Durso slowed up at center by Matone. Dumps the puck into the Delaware end, where Cartwright left it to Charles. Here's CeCe Charles, dropping it off to Camerata after gaining the Rowan line. Randazzo staying put here with 2.5 minutes to go. Kotsorkova back the other way with the dump and change. Cartwright flips the puck beyond the reach of Meehan, ahead to Camerata, but it's turned back by Harris from just over the line. 2:10 remaining on Senior Night 2026. And barring a miracle for the Blue Hens, the rubber match will go the way of Rowan as they look on target for their 16th win of the season. Matone clears after the delayed offside against the Profs. Fresh legs on for the Blue Hens with 1:40 to go, and this is going to be an icing against Rowan. 99 seconds remaining. Pepper wants the draw on the near circle, and she'll be joined in the circle by DeCoro. Puck skied in from distance. Took a bounce high and behind the cage. Patrick slapper didn't have the line she needed. Parmenter from the corner steers us back to Perez. Patrick steps up to try to hold the zone. DeCoro couldn't walk past her. Coming to the final 70 seconds of the contest. Caruso and Perez tied up. DeCoro and Pepper battling for the puck as well. All the way back in the Delaware end. We've come to the final minute of the regular season for the Blue Hens. Hill bats the puck beyond Harris. One-on-one. She could not work her way past the back-checking Maggie Bowman. Here comes Cantino the other way. Trailed by Jacobus walking in. PJ Jacobus steered behind the net, taken off her feet. Losing her glove was Camerata. Final half minute. This is tied up in the far corner of the Rowan zone with 15 to play. The Madeline Weeks whistle brings play to a halt. Nine and 2/5 seconds to go. And what's likely the final face-off of the game comes to the right of Veronica Scholden. Puck thrown in from distance. The Profs clear, and that, friends, will do it. Today's final score, Rowan University Profs 3, Delaware Blue Hens 0. Final shots on goal, Rowan 31, Delaware 23. Fans, it's time for the 3 stars of the game, brought to you by Sid's Barbecue and Jerky. Today's third star with a 23-save shutout for Rowan, number 35, Veronica Scholden. The number 2 star of the game with a goal and an assist for Rowan, number 10, Bella Naval. And the number 1 star of the game with a goal and 2 assists for Rowan, number 90, Janita Kotsorkova. And that will do it for us here this weekend on the Delaware Hockey Network. Again, today's final score, Rowan 3, Delaware 0. For Trevor Early, for the rest of the crew, James Witherite saying thank you for your company, and we'll see you again next week here on the Delaware Hockey Network, brought to you by the law office of Heather A. Long. Good night, everybody. We'll see you Friday as the Delaware Men's Division I team returns to Fred Rust Arena when they square off against the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers. Game time 9:45 p.m. Eastern. Until then, we'll catch you on the flip side. Good night.